So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can generate on-brand designs using Claude Code and Claude Design. So just to give you a few examples, these are the types of carousels we will be generating by the end of this video. Every piece, every design, every font, every color on brand. We will be generating videos like these. Interactive websites like these, again on brand, which looks like they're coming from an extremely professional designer. Beautiful. Also short form videos. All using just one Claude subscription. People know about Claude Design, they also know about Claude Code, but they never know that the mix of both can create magic. Whenever they want to design something, they go to Claude Design. Whenever they want to code, they go to Claude Code. Or whenever they want to automate, they go to Claude Code. But we're going to mix the both of these so that we have the design capabilities along with automation possibilities. These are not going to be just one-off things, instead systems that you can use every single week to generate designs for your brand. So if you're ready to turn Claude into your professional designer, watch this video till the very end. Just so you know me, my name is Yashika Jain, an AI automation expert running Automates AI, and our entire goal is to help businesses use AI to improve efficiency, productivity, and increase revenue. If you're interested in working with us, you can check out the link to our website in the description. And if you're ready to generate these beautiful designs, let's get started. So to start with, we're going to head over to Claude Design. Now, Claude Design is a product of Claude itself, as you might have guessed, and it is actually new, comparatively new, and it is under research preview at the moment. And we are going to use Claude Design to generate our brand's design system. To understand the design system, you can think of it this way, that you hired a professional designer to come and audit your brand's design. Yes, so we are going to give it all that it asks, and based on that, it is going to come up with a design system for our brand with all the logos, the fonts, everything that a designer must know to create designs for a brand. And then we are going to use this exact design system to generate anything and everything that we will be generating today. Maybe carousels, posts, videos, landing pages, anything. And because of this exact design system, they're all going to be on brand, and it will seem like they're coming from a professional designer. So to go to Claude Design, you just have to go to Claude.ai, the same one with which you chat all the time. Then head over to Design Systems and click on Create. Okay, now this is the only form that we have to fill to set up our design system. This form asks us about the brand, basically the company name, some logos, assets, any other notes, and that's all. And then it is going to generate it for us. So let's fill this out one by one. Now for the sake of this video, I'm going to come up with this hypothetical brand that we're going to use with a hypothetical name, a logo, fonts and everything. It's not real, but you obviously have to do it for your own company or own brand, maybe your client's brand, and accordingly fill out this form. In the first one, we have to basically fill out the company details like the company name and a description about the company. So this is what I have. I start off with the company name. It is called Terracotta Trail. So that's the company name. And after that, I have a colon, and then I am explaining about the company or the brand. So it is a modern home decor brand which is focused on handcrafted clay products for everyday living. It blends traditional pottery with minimal design, offering kitchenware and decor that feels warm, natural, and timeless. So as easy as that, you have to tell it about your company, okay? Then we have to give it examples of our design, the ones we're already using, like the logo, any assets you have, any particular colors you are following already. So that is what we have to share here. The first one is the link code on GitHub. So this is if you already have a website and it is there's a GitHub repository for the same, then you can add that right here. I am going to assume that you don't have one, so we're going to skip this. The second is link code from your computer. So this is something that most people should be able to use, which is upload their website's code. And from that, it will be able to extract the different fonts you're using, the font sizes, the logos, etc. If you have no idea about where you can get this from, you can just ask your developer to give you the code files so that you can upload it here. Then there is upload a .fig file. This is basically a Figma file. So if you have any Figma files handy, you can upload them here. Now, since I am doing it for a hypothetical brand, I neither have the GitHub, nor have the website or the Figma files. So I'm going to skip all three of these, but I am hoping that you guys might have at least one of these. For example, the website code or Figma files, or even a GitHub repository that you can upload. The more, the better. Next up, we have the fonts, the logos, and the assets. Now, this is something that I will be uploading. So let me show you what all I will be uploading. So this is the first one. This is the complete logo of the brand with the name and the graphic and everything, the tagline. So this is the first one. Then this is the second one that I'm uploading, which is just the main logo or the main graphic without the name, etc. And this is the third one I am uploading, which is more about the products. Since I'm dealing with a hypothetical brand, I have limited options to upload, but I would highly recommend that in your case, you do look into your design assets and upload as many as possible. Also, if you're dealing with products, please upload one image per product instead of having a collage like this, right? Upload as many product images as you have. If you have any previous social media posts, anything else that you have previously generated for the business, do upload that. All that is going to come in handy when it generates the design system for you. So that is about the logo and the assets. What about the fonts? So for the fonts, we are going to go to Google Fonts. And right here, you have to search for your brand fonts. For example, if I go to Poppins, then I am just going to click on Get Font, which is going to add Poppins. Similarly, let's say I want to have Playfair. So I'm going to search for that, this one, and Get Font. So similarly, all of these will be added to your font families. Once you have added all the fonts, you just have to download them. That's it. And that we have to upload here. So in my case, I had 3 of these fonts. So now let's upload all that we have. It's going to take you a good 5-10 minutes to gather everything, but once you have it, just add it here. Okay, so here are the 3 images first, and then let's upload the fonts. And here is the font. Now the font is going to be in .zip format, so you don't have to worry about it. You can upload it. Lastly, any other notes? So here we can tell it about our color palette or anything else you want it to know, maybe your brand voice. So here is what I am telling it. Warm, earthy palette with clay earth. So these are the colors that I'm telling it. Okay, the first color is the clay earth color. This is the hex code of the color. Then sun-baked sand. Then neem leaf, ivory dust. So these are the colors of the brand. Then the typography, which is the fonts we have already uploaded, but I'm still mentioning, which is Playfair display for the headings, Poppins for the body, Amatic SC as a subtle accent. And overall aesthetic is minimal, calm, and slightly imperfect to reflect the handmade craftsmanship. Visuals focus on texture, natural light, and real life use. The brand voice is quiet, grounded, and honest. Again, if you do have product images, any other assets, please upload them here. If you have anything else you would want it to know, please tell it here. Just think of it this way, that this is your professional designer for your own business and you have to give it the correct instructions to start with. Okay, so now let's click on continue and it's going to take about 5 minutes. So let's click on generate and let's wait. Alright, so we have the design system ready. As you can see, it has come up with everything. And now our job is to give it feedback. Now you can review everything from this place itself. So the first is the colors and the brand palette. So you can check if these are the exact same colors that you are using. If so, you can say looks good. If not, you can give it feedback and it will make sure to correct it. So I said looks good, and the next one are the color tints. Okay, so clay earth is our primary color and it is giving the different tints of that same color. Okay, so I'll say looks good. Similarly for the other colors as well. Now we have the semantic tokens basically. Now I'm not a designer, I don't know much about this, but it is basically telling us that this is the background, this is background warm, this is surface, background deep, this is for the line, etc. Okay, so looks good. Now it's time for the fonts itself. So it is first showing us the first font, which is Playfair Display. So we told it to use it as a headline. So it is showing it as a headline. It is telling us the pixels, the weight, etc. So looks good. Then the different scale, which is H1, H2, H3. Then the next one, which is Poppins. So how it would look in the body, in the lead, as a small section. And then our last font, which is Ematic SC. Okay. So if you ever want to change anything, just click on Needs Work and give it your feedback. Then a little bit on the spacing. Okay. The spacing matters a lot. So you can look into that. Then the radius scale and the usage rules, then the shadows, etc. Like it is in very much detail, I'm telling you. Like a professional designer you hire to audit your business. You must have yourself never paid attention to it, like if you're not a designer. Okay, then comes the motion, okay? So these are the 4 it is proposing. Then the buttons play a big role. Okay, I like this button. If you don't like any particular button, again, give it feedback. These are the ones that would be later on used. Then the form components, like how the form is going to look like. For example, if you need a little bit of space here, you can tell it the same. For now, I'm just going to move forward with it. I'm going to leave the feedback part over to you. So these are the batches. This is the product card, how the product card would look. This is the section header. This is the brand wordmark, the logo on the surfaces, then the brand voice. Please go through this. Then the imagery direction, some rules, scales, more scales. Okay. So yeah, I think we have gone through most of these. Let me just complete a few more. Yeah, we have gone through it. Okay. And as soon as you complete the entire reviewing process, it is going to share a UI kit / website with you that it came up with. Okay. So this is what it came up with based on all the designs it was able to extract and based on any feedback that you must have given it during the process. If we look here clearly, it is telling us that we had not given it any code base or Figma, and because of that, the website UI is my interpretation of the brief, not a reconciliation, which is perfectly fine. So if this feels like your brand, then go ahead with the rest of the process. If it does not feel like your brand, if anything is missing, you want to change something, then you can simply go here on the left and describe what you're looking for. If we look right now, we don't have the product images, and that is because I did not share the product images. So let me share the product images with it so that it can fill these out and so that this looks much more complete before we move on to the next steps. And why having this correct is important is because it is going to use this as the base of everything we generate from now on. Okay, so I've uploaded a few product images here. And let me tell it, the product images are attached. And it is also asking that if the copy of the website is sounding like us. So let me tell it, yes, the voice is correct. And let me just ask it to update the product images, which is right here. So let's send this. And you can also go to design files right here and you will be able to see all the files that it has generated. For example, the UI kit that it has generated, the website it has generated, any previews, any assets, anything you'll find right here. Okay, so that is done. Let's see if it's updated. All right, let me refresh the page. Okay, it's asking me to approve the photography one more time. Okay, let's do that. Then the product cards, okay. And now let's open the UI kit or the website. Let me scroll down here. And yes, the products have been updated. Now we are not creating a website at this point in time. All we are doing is creating a design system, which are basically these design files that we are going to use moving forward. And we have successfully done that. We have everything we need. We have the type, the colors, the spacing, the components, the brand. Everything is ready. And now we are going to click on share, and we are going to click on hand off to Claude Code. Yes, you heard me right. We are going to do that. Just before that, let me take you out of this. So most people, what they're going to do is, after generating the design system, they're just going to come in here and they're going to generate anything that they want to generate, which is not a wrong approach. It is actually how it is to be done. But if you follow my approach, which is taking the design system into Claude Code, not only are you going to get better results, but also you're going to automate a lot of this for yourself. If you just want to generate these designs once or twice, that's it, then you can just use Claude Design directly. But if you plan to design multiple of these every single week, then I think you should use Claude Code and the approach that I am using, because firstly, it's going to save you time. And secondly, we are going to create this workflow or skill within Claude Code that can help you generate these very, very quickly, exactly how you want them to be each time. Okay, so we are going to take the design system we generated using Claude Design, and we are going to take it within Claude Code, and we're going to automate things and generate better results. In terms of cost, you are not paying anything extra. Okay, it's under the same Claude subscription, so you don't have to worry about the cost. It's just that we are adding one more tool to our list. If you're already using Claude Code, then it's a win-win for you. So back to our design, we are going to go to hand off to Claude Code, which is going to open this up for us, and we just have to copy this. Okay, that is all. And we can close this. So that's it for Claude Design for this video. Now to access Claude Code, we are going to access it through an IDE, which is basically a terminal. Now I know most of you are going to get overwhelmed at this point, but you don't have to. It's not as complicated as you think it is, because all you have to do is first download VS Code in your system, regardless of if you're a developer or not. Don't worry, you don't have to code. It's nothing like that. So believe me and download VS Code in your system, okay? Once you are within VS Code, which I am right now, you just have to go to the extensions. You have to search for Claude Code, which is this one, and you have to install it. There would be this install button here. That's it, okay? That's all you have to do. And then you will see Claude Code right here. So we can close these extra ones here, okay? And let me also close the terminal. Yeah, so then you will see Claude Code right here, and this is exactly we want. See, it's like any other chat assistant. It's like ChatGPT, like Claude in your browser, so you don't have to be overwhelmed by Claude Code. Okay, it's just that we're accessing it within an IDE, we're accessing it locally. That's the only difference. It's not on the cloud. Now, if you're doing it for the first time, great, you can just start off right here. If you have been using Claude Code for a long time, I would recommend that you open a new folder, a fresh workspace to start with. So I'm just going to open a new folder. I'm going to call it, let's say, Terracotta Designs, or let's just do TT Designs. I'm going to open it. Okay, so this is a fresh one now. And now again, let's open Claude Code. Let's close off the extra ones here, and we are good to go. And for the people who are doing it for the first time, it will ask you to sign in. So just do that. It's a very simple process, and that's it. And now we have to paste what we had copied from Claude Design as is, and we have to send it. What this is going to do is, it is going to make our Claude Code go into Claude Design and fetch the design system we just now made. Okay. In the meantime, it's going to ask you for a few permissions. So click on the second option, which is yes, and also allow it for future. Okay, so it was able to fetch everything for us from Claude Design. So if you click on this button right here, you will see that it has got everything from there, okay? The headers, footers, all the code, everything, the logos, the fonts, everything that we have been working on so far has been now imported into Claude Code. Even the website it had generated, remember, that is also in here. Now, most people would think that we're good to start generating the designs, carousels, videos and everything now that we have everything in here. But I would say before that, we should generate a few files that Claude Code is going to refer to every time it creates a post or a design for us. No doubt we have told it about the colors, about the fonts, etc. But it still does not have clarity about the brand. For example, what is the brand voice? Who is the brand's ideal customer profile? Because at the end of the day, we are generating things like social media posts, videos that are going to be seen by our customers. So we need to ensure that the one that is generating these, that will be seen by our customers, knows our brand, knows exactly what works for us, what doesn't work for us, and knows from our experience. So let's go ahead and set up the brand context and brand ICP for Claude Code to refer to each time. Apart from that, you can create many more files. For example, marketing strategy, content pillars, anything that you think would be helpful for this particular designer that is going to design for your brand. Because we don't want to create generic AI content, but the content that actually makes an impact and gets you revenue and customers. So let me show you the process of how one can create this file. So here is the first one that we are creating. It is called the brand context file. Okay. It is in .md format, which is markdown format, which is very easy for the AI agent to read, understand, and digest. So we are going to use the .md format instead of .text, .pdf. So create a brand context.md file for our home decor brand called Terracotta Trail. Then we have told it a little bit about the brand, which you can pause and read. Also, you will have access to this prompt and any prompt I use in the description. You can access it for free. Or if you want to support the channel, then that's up to you. Then we have told it the brand voice. The brand voice must use short sentences, simple words, no fluff, no corporate tone, and should feel calm, confident, and human. Avoid anything that sounds like marketing or hype. If it sounds like an ad, rewrite it. Use hook styles like quiet contrast, relatable truths, sensory lines, etc. Then some examples like not everything needs to shine, or most homes feel busy, this one doesn't. Never use phrases like game changer, unlock the power, cutting edge, etc., which is very AI-like. Avoid long paragraphs, visually everything should align. Avoid glossy and loud and overly polished designs. The content must work across the product captions, carousel slides, website headings, and packaging copy. Include a few short example outputs that follow this style. No M dashes. Keep everything concise, grounded, and consistent with a handmade natural aesthetic. So this is kind of a brand context / brand instruction that we are giving to Claude Code. And before generating anything for you, it is going to refer to this so that it generates exactly what you are looking for. Now, obviously, I am going to give you access to this, but I would still say that you write this as per your own brand. Okay, you change it as per your needs. And now if I send it through, it is going to go ahead and generate this file for us. While it is doing that, let me also explain the prompt for the second one, which is our ICP.md file. Now, what is an ICP? ICP is Ideal Customer Profile. So these are the type of customers we want to reach to. These are the type of customers we speak to. We have told it that the ideal customer is between 24 to 40 years old, urban or semi-urban, design-aware, lives a calm and intentional life. Few more things. Type of people, for example, young professionals, couples, aesthetic-focused individuals, people who enjoy home styling and decor, right? And we're asking it to expand this into a clean markdown file. And we just want it to output the final ICP.md file. And I'm also going to send this through. Now it has already written the file we asked it to, which is the brand context. So let me click on this. And here we have the file. It is telling it exactly what we mentioned in the prompt, but in a different structure. It has broken it down section by section so that the AI agent can easily digest the information before it creates anything. And ICP one is also ready right here, demographic. All right. Now I have just generated these two, but you can generate many more. You can call it whatever you want. As I said, marketing strategies, hooks that work for your social media, video styles that work for you, or let's say content pillars. You can also give it previous examples, and similarly, you can create the .md files for the same. Now the files have been generated, but we still need to instruct Claude Code to read these files each time. Otherwise, it's going to ignore these files. So I'm simply telling it that move both of these to a common folder and then generate a Claude.md file that tells exactly how to navigate the project folder and understand the directory structure. So let me explain. First, I'm telling it that move both of these to a common folder, which is the new ones that we generated, okay? So that it's much more organized. And then we are writing a Claude.md file. Now the Claude.md file is a file that this Claude Code Assistant is going to read no matter what. It can forget reading any of these, but not the Claude.md file. And in that exact file, we will be telling it when to read which file, which is, let's say, before generating a post, you read this. And we are also telling it about what we have in here so that it is not missing anything important. So that, let's say, it is not missing reading the fonts or reading the logos, right? So let me send this. It will make more sense when I show you the Claude.md file that it generates. Okay, so now both of our files are within this folder called brand, which is nice. Okay, and we also have the Claude.md file. So if you open it, you will be able to see the entire project's directory structure. What is where exactly, okay? And then start here depending on what you need. So if it's, I want to understand the brand voice and copy, you have to read this. I want to understand the customer, you have to read this. I want to change a color, you have to read this, right? So on and so forth. Key rules and constraints. And the path reference quick sheet. So this is going to ensure that it never misses a file. It knows exactly what is where and it's able to access it at the correct time. So that was preparing Claude Code before we move forward with the designs. And this preparing thing has to be just done once by you, and it is going to enhance your designs each and every time. In the future, you can obviously add more documents like these, and you can also update these as and when needed. These are common instructions that make Claude Code a designer for your brand. Now, to work smartly and to save our time moving forward, this is the strategy that we will be using every time we generate a new design. This is applicable for images, videos, landing pages, ad creatives, anything you want to generate with Claude Code regarding design, you follow this. The first time you're generating that, you have to obviously prompt it. It is going to give you some output, okay? Then you have to look into that output and you have to give it feedback. You have to refine it. This doesn't look good. Remove this from here, change the color, move this up, move this down, reduce the number of pages, increase the number of words. Whatever, you refine it, okay? I want this to be in the format of a PNG. I want this as a PDF, whatever. You do the entire process and you get the final one you are looking for that particular topic, for that use case. And as soon as it is done, you don't close your laptop there. Instead, you ask it to turn that into a skill. A skill is basically a reusable instruction template that the AI assistant can generate. And that template can be used by the AI assistant every time it generates something similar in the future. So basically, you will be turning all of this experience that you did the first time into a skill. And from then on, when you generate a similar design, in just one line, you have to explain what you're looking for. It is going to reference the skill, which already tells it what you like, what you don't like, what steps it has to follow, what final output you are looking for. And it is going to give you exactly what you're looking for instead of going with this entire back and forth each time. So just to take an example, if you're generating a carousel, do it for the first time, you refine the entire thing, you ask it to generate a skill called, let's say, carousel generator. And the next time you want to generate a carousel, instead of going through the entire process, you just call that skill, which we're going to see how, and you give it the new topic and you get the final carousel in no time. Saves you so much time. So this is what we will be following, and I would highly recommend anyone to follow. Do not forget to create a skill, because if you don't do that, you will be stuck in this loop every time you create a design. Every time you're giving it a new prompt, every time you're refining it, you will end up wasting time. So why not create a skill? And hence we are using Claude Code. So let's go and start with the very first one, which is generating a carousel. So let's start right here. So back in VS Code, let's start a new conversation with Claude Code, and we're going to ask it to generate the carousel for us. So I'm going to tell it generate a 6-slide carousel for terracotta trail based on this input. The topic is you don't need more decor. The key points to cover include choosing fewer but meaningful pieces, the beauty of natural materials, how handmade items create warmth, avoiding clutter, focusing on calm, intentional spaces. So in the first line, we're telling it we want a carousel, which is of 6 slides, and it is for my brand, Terracotta Trail. In the second part, we're telling it the topic, which is you don't need more decor. And in the next part, we are telling it the key points to consider in that particular carousel. Now, obviously, you can miss telling it the key points, but if you do have a few in mind, it's always good to write them out. Okay, and now let's send this over and let's see what it generates in the first go. The good thing is it is reading the brand context and the ICP before generating them, which is great because now it knows what our brand actually does and who we are targeting. Okay, so before generating the carousel, it is confirming the structure and the copy of the carousel, like which slide is going to be what and what it will be telling. So you can closely look into that. If you want to edit the overall structure of the carousel, you can do it right now. If you feel that it is good, you can ask it to proceed. So I feel that it's quite okay, and I don't want to make a lot of changes to this. So I'm just going to ask it to proceed with creating the carousel. Okay, so it is saying that all the 6 slides have been generated and exported as well. And it is saying that we can open the carousel HTML in a browser to preview the entire thing. So instead of that, let me ask it to give me a link to preview it easily. Okay, so here's the link. Let me open it. Alright, so here is our carousel, Terracotta Trail. You don't need more decor. You need one piece that earns its place, one that stays. Swipe. Okay, so I really like how it designed it. Like, beautiful. Okay, let's go to the next one. 10 things you're used to, or one thing you actually choose. Choose fewer. Most rooms aren't missing anything. They're carrying too much. And this is the third slide. Beautiful. Like, just see the way it is using space and layouts and the perfect colors and the perfect fonts. Amazing. Like, this is Claude. Okay, machine-made things fill a room. Handmade things settle into it. Just see how it is using empty spaces to tell the meaning of minimalism and not having too much in a plate. Okay, so this is the 5th slide, and if we look here, this content is being cut because of the partition. So we can change that. And this is the last slide, which is start with one piece, with one honest piece, handcrafted in India, wheel thrown, kiln fired, made for every day. Shop the collection. Okay, beautiful. Except for this, I like everything, but you can basically go through it in much more details. If you want to change the copy or anything, you can do that. So let me go and ask it to check the 5th slide, because this line, which is thing away, is being cut off. So first, let's say great work. In slide 5, the words thing away are being cut off because of the black and white partition. It's not even black and white, it is gray and white. Gray and cream, I think, off-white. And let me tell it, please fix the text visibility. Use proper spaces. So this right here is our refining stage now from that diagram I showed you. So we can refine it from here. So it is saying that it has fixed it. So let's see. I think it's still the same. It's not visible. So let me just ask it that move the partition downwards to allow the full sentence to be visible. Okay, so let's check now. So I did a refresh. Let's go to slide number 5 and boom, that is correct. That is how it should be. Cool. And I think that is the final carousel. So let me tell it that I want the exports to be in PNG format, which are images, and one single PDF. It should be in a folder within my TT Designs folder so that one can easily upload it. So let's send this. Okay, it is saying that all the files are there and we do have one for exports, which is nice. So here are the PNGs. Okay, great. And here is the PDF. For example, LinkedIn wants a PDF. Just taking an example in case you're using LinkedIn. So yeah, we have the exports ready, which is great. And that right there was our refining process. So now let me ask it to turn this into a skill that I can invoke every time I want to create a carousel. Use all the back and forth to come up with the step-by-step instructions so that I can get to the final carousel quicker. So our skill is ready. It is called TT Carousel, and what it does in one shot is that it writes all the 6 slides in the brand voice with all the rules. It checks the server is up at the URL, which is localhost. It runs the export and reports when done with the link and the output path. And how we should call it is we should give the name of the skill, which is with a /, and we should tell it the topic. That's all. Okay. So now let's suppose that, okay, we generated this carousel, you posted it on social media, performed well. Great. Now, the next week, you want to generate another carousel. So the process is going to look something like this, /TT carousel. Okay. Then topic is whatever your topic is. In this case, what actually makes a home feel calm. After that, if you want to put any notes, you can. Maybe that week you had something in mind regarding design that you want to add. So you can. For example, here I'm saying use background images in some slides with an overlay. Okay. So that's all I'm going to say. I'm going to hit send and we are going to get the final output in no time without the back and forth. And we got it. So let's click on the URL, which takes me here. So a calm home isn't styled, it is felt. Okay, so here's the next carousel that we got, which is perfect to be exported right away. The only thing is that I couldn't see the overlays. Here it is saying that it has the overlays, but I can't really see it. So let me tell it. I can't see the overlays. Okay, so I think there was a image path problem. So let's try now. Refreshed. Got it. Okay, beautiful. That's the first one. Beautiful. Second one. Okay, great. Yeah, cool. This one is even better. Okay, so I'm just going to ask it to update the skill with this new knowledge or experience for future users. All right, and that right there solves carousels for us. Beautiful carousels with one command. And these are the images we had uploaded to the design system, if you can recall. So now it's time for the video generation. So again, I'm going to tell it to generate an animated social media video for Terracotta Trail based on this input. The topic is your home should slow you down. The video must start with a strong scroll stopping hook within the first 2 seconds. Total length is 10 seconds. It should feel warm, minimal, smooth, subtle, motion, typography styling, vertical social media viewing, use short sentences, output a complete self-contained HTML file with the embedded CSS and JavaScript for the animation. Now again, you will have access to the prompt, you can grab it, and we're following the same strategy, which is firstly generating a video, and then refining it, and then turning it into a skill that we can call every single time so that we don't have to specify the same things over and over again. Okay, so let me send this. So this one we're doing as a vertical video, which is like a short video, a reel, okay? You can also do horizontal if you want. So let me send this. All right, so it did generate the video for us, which is right here. Again, let me ask it for the direct link to view it. Got it. So let me click here, open, okay. Okay, that was nice, not bad. Obviously it had more white space and less images, etc. And it was very slow paced, which is actually nice for this particular brand. So first, let me ask it to export it as an MP4, okay? Then we're going to create a skill out of it. And the next time we generate a video, let's ask it to use images, okay? Okay, so I think we got it as an MP4 right here that you can easily use. So in the meantime, let me ask it to turn this into a skill that just takes the video topic, a few note points, and exports the final MP4 video. The reason why I'm mentioning notes for videos is because not each video is the same. One could be slow, the other could be fast. One could be simple, the other one could have images, transitions, text, animations, etc. So let's create a skill for video generation that takes the topic, a few notes, and gives me the final MP4. And just so you know, all of this is being saved on your computer, okay? It is all on your system. You can easily upload it anywhere you want directly from your system. It's in a folder inside of your computer. Alright, so the skill is ready. So let me start a new chat again and let's do a /. I forgot the name of the skill. I did not see it, but let's see here. Okay, it is called TT Social Video. Okay, so TT Social Video. Let's give it the topic of the video. So let's take the topic as modern Indian homes lack this Indian touch, okay? Now from here we can specify a few notes like I want this video to be fast, or let's say fast paced. It should be horizontal, which is 16:9. Use images, text, and transitions, okay? Or let's say use images, text, graphics, and transition. Alright, so let's send this and let's get the final video. Alright, so we have the video. Let me see. Should I do this so that we can clearly see it? Okay, and let's start from the beginning, please. The video is great. The only thing is that it's 11 seconds and a bit fast for 11 seconds. Maybe the next time you generate it, you give it the bandwidth of 15 to 20 seconds. Apart from that, if you look at each and every slide, it is so well done. And even the transitions. So if we look again, one transition here, second, third, and even on the text, there's transition. Beautiful. And as I said, the next time increase the time limit. Apart from that, looks perfect. I mean, even I cannot create a video this good in so less time. So yeah, I'm very impressed with this one. These videos are stored right in your computer. You can upload it anywhere you want. And obviously you can give it feedback accordingly, change the skill, and give it the script if you want to. You can also give it a slide-by-slide breakdown. There are endless possibilities to what you can do. I am just trying to give you like the framework to use, the wireframe, and you can always improve on top of that. So we have seen how we can generate carousels, we have seen how we can generate videos. But see, design should not just be limited to what you can post on social media. It is also about what you have on the internet about your brand. If someone searches for your brand, what comes up? Now, in most cases, businesses already have a website up and running. They don't want to learn how they can generate a website from scratch. Instead, they want to learn how they can generate smaller components for their online presence. For example, you want to come up with this exciting idea that came to your mind, but the only thing you have in mind is that if I do work on that using one of these AI assistants, is that going to look like my rest of the website, or is that going to be, let's say, consistent with my brand? So to solve that problem, I'm now going to show you how you can use Claude Code and Claude Design to generate on-brand landing pages. Now, it could be for any purpose, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, we want to get that code that we can take online, and it should match with our brand. So we're first going to generate it using Claude Code, and then we're going to see how we can deploy it on the internet on a real domain so that your customers can go to that particular page. So for my hypothetical brand, Terracotta Trail, I'm thinking of creating a beautiful interactive landing page. Okay? This landing page is focused around a home energy personality quiz experience. So it's a quiz, okay, for my customers. This page is calm, warm, cinematic. It says, homes carry energy. What does yours feel like? Then there's a button to begin the quiz. The quiz should feel reflective and aesthetic, not like a form. There should be smooth transitions in the quiz, and create the full quiz logic and the scoring system as well that determines the final result they get, and design the logic intelligently so each answer contributes naturally towards a personality outcome. The questions we're going to ask them are what feels calmer. Accordingly, we're going to give them options, choose a texture, what ruins a space. So questions and their multiple choice answers. And then it is going to create at least 4 outcomes, okay? And each result is going to contain a personalized calming description, a visual direction, recommended products, and mood board imagery, unique color palette accents, and a gentle call to action. This result section should feel very immersive and emotionally rewarding, in encouraging people to share their result naturally, and the page should be responsive across mobiles. Use Next.js, Tailwind CSS, and Framer Motion for animations. Keep the experience lightweight, elegant, and fully on brand. So we're assuming that Terracotta already has a website, which they do, but they want to add on this new thing, which is an interactive landing page / personality quiz for their customers, where they can answer a few questions and they can get to know their type and get some product recommendation. We're using Claude Code to generate the code for us, to generate the entire logic for this particular page. Okay, so let's send this and let's see what it comes up with. And then we're also going to see how we can take this live on the internet. All right, so we have something to look into. So let's go to this URL. All right, homes carry energy. What does yours feel like? Beautiful. Begin. Beautiful. So what calls you in? Morning light, just so. The smell of rain on earth, candles already lit, or a room that asks nothing. I would go with this one. Okay, I like that. Tick. Choose a texture. Okay. Let me go with this one. What ruins a space? Too much noise. What sounds right? Quiet, just the room. Home at its best feels like a long exhale, being somewhere old, warm, and a little while, exactly right, nothing more. I would say a long exhale. Beautiful. Your home energy type is earthy minimalist. What remains has weight. You choose by removing. Your home breathes because you've let it, and what remains is intentional. Nothing is accidental. And then it is recommending the products made for this space, okay? So the Matka water pot, the olive branch on, the hand-pinched diyas, made slowly, used daily, and then we can see the collection, which would then link back to your product page. Okay. So yeah, I really like this transition. I mean, everything is so well done, like so professional. Feels like it's coming from a very, very nice design team. I mean, amazing. Okay, so I selected random ones and this time I got soft natural, which is great. I mean, green and beautiful. And we also have an option to retake. And if I be very honest with you, at this point in time, I don't want to change a thing about this. Now, since this is hypothetical for me, I'm not going to pay a lot of attention to which questions lead to what, because it is hypothetical. But you should, okay? You should talk to Claude about which questions take it where based on your experience, and accordingly you can also tell it which products to recommend and also give it the link to your product page so that it can actually link it. And now we are going to take this live on the internet so that it has an actual URL. Right now it is on our local host, it is not on the internet. So that it has an actual URL you can share on your Instagram, on your socials, and people can easily access it and take the quiz. And on top of that, you can also attach this to your existing website. You can add it to the navigation bar. People click on it and it takes them to this form. Okay, so I would say that you do a little bit of back and forth to make it perfect, but we are going to assume that this is exactly what we wanted. And to be honest, it is. And now we're going to deploy it, which is take it to production. Now, if you don't know, to take something live on the internet, you need two different things. The first is hosting, which basically hosts your code, the code it has generated on the backend. And the second is a domain. A domain is the URL or the link that points to your generated website or whatever you generate. In our case, the domain is going to point to our quiz landing page. And this domain can be selected by you. Examples of domains are www.google.com, for example. It is a domain, just for anyone who doesn't know. And with those two together, you can have this up and running for anyone on the internet to access. Now you will find dozens of website hosting providers, but I will recommend the one that I'm using for my own website, which is by Hostinger. So Hostinger lets you very, very easily deploy your Node.js web app, and the cost to performance ratio is unmatched. The good thing is that it comes with a free domain for an entire year, so you don't have to pay for the domain for one complete year. You'll also get free business email, which is your name @ the domain, and free managed SSLs. There's a 30 days money back guarantee too. And another cherry on the top is that Hostinger makes it very easy to take our apps or websites from Claude Code directly on the internet. From Claude Code itself, we can host our app or website through Hostinger without doing anything manually. You'll find the link to this page in the description below. Don't forget to use that link, and if you scroll down here, you will be able to spot their monthly plans. Again, very cost effective, and I'm also going to give you some extra discounts moving forward. So this one business plan would let you deploy 5 managed Node.js web apps. The one we generated is a Node.js web app. And you can deploy up to 5. You can have up to 50 websites. You do have vibe coding credits if you want to use Hostinger's Horizons. This one has 2 CPU cores, 3 GB RAM, and 50 GB of world's fastest NVMe storage, along with 5 mailboxes per website. As I said, there's this free domain managed SSL, and the feature that I was talking about, the IDE-based deployments, lets us connect Hostinger and Claude Code together so that the deployment process is seamless, which if you scroll up here and go to AI coding assistance, you will find Claude Code listed right here. So push your code and we will take it from here. So click on the link in the description, click on choose plan. From here you can choose for how long you would like to get this hosting for. And this can be used for not only the one that we just now generated, but also for other ones. If you go with their 48 months plan, you will also get 3 months of free hosting. Now, I had promised you extra discounts, so you can use the coupon code Yashika20 to get a flat 20% off on your cart value if you're going with the 12 months plan, the 24 months plan, or the 48 months plan. it will apply a 20% discount, like that. Alright, so once you're ready, complete the purchase, create an account on Hostinger. Now let me show you how you can connect it to Claude Code so that we can easily do the deployment process. So after the purchase, you will land inside the Hostinger dashboard and you will see that you still have to set up the hosting and you can claim your free domain. So back on Claude Code, the way we are going to connect it to Hostinger is through MCP. This MCP is going to allow it to look into our Hostinger account and perform actions on our behalf. So I want you to create a new file inside of our project and call it .mcp.json. So .mcp and again a .json without a space, okay? Which is this one right here. And here, I want you to paste this. Now, you will find this in the resources. You can copy it from there. The only thing we have to change here is our API key, which we will get from Hostinger. So head over to API, then click on New Token. You can call it whatever you want. Just select Never Expires and generate it. Copy it. And in place of this placeholder, paste the API key. It should be within the quotation marks and then save this, okay? Now start a new Claude Code chat, and if you go to this / and then if you go to MCP servers, you will see that the Hostinger MCP has been connected, okay? So all we had to do was add this to our project and that connects Claude Code to Hostinger. So we can close this now. So let me ask it, can you list the products in my Hostinger account? And let's see if it's able to tell us about the hosting plan we just now bought along with the domain. And if it is asking for any permissions, just give it the permissions. Okay, yes, so it found the web hosting. Let me ask it, do I also have a domain? Yes, so it's saying you do have a domain, but it is not set up. Okay, so now we're going to ask it to deploy the quiz that we have generated onto our hosting plan. So I'm going to just simply tell it to deploy the quiz landing page using the business web hosting. As simple as that, and let's send it. Okay, so it's saying that the quiz landing page is live on this temporary domain for now. So let's click on this, and indeed it is live. There we go. Beautiful. And now we're going to set up the domain. Right now it is a temporary domain. So let me tell it that the deployment was successful. Now assign a domain to it. And by the way, we have one free domain with this hosting, so I'm doing a new domain. If you want, you can also connect it to your existing website's domain. Claude Code can help you with that too, okay? And let's say I would prefer terracottatrailquiz.com. So let me send this. You can give it any preference you have regarding the domain. So it will first check if the domain is available to purchase. Okay, it is available. Okay, so it's saying that we will have to purchase it, but let me tell it that I have one free domain to claim. Use that. Okay, so it is saying that we will first have to claim the free domain ourselves and then it will be able to help us. So going back here, I'm going to click on claim domain. So let's put the name of the domain we're looking for. Okay, check availability. It is available, claim. Okay, done. So it's going to ask you to fill your personal information like your name, phone number, email, do a verification, and then the domain is going to be yours. So coming back here, let me tell it that I claimed it, connect it now. And it is done. So now we can go to our actual domain and there we have the website. Just to confirm, you can do the quiz one more time and done. I'm not going to lie, I'm a big fan of this IDE-based deployments by Hostinger that lets you deploy directly from your AI coding assistant. Otherwise, if you watched my previous videos, you would know that we would have to zip this code and then upload it manually to do the deployment, which took extra time. But with this, we just have to command it and the deployment is done. So you will find the link to Hostinger in the description. Don't forget to use the coupon codes. Now, if you think the story ends here, it doesn't, because I have some bonus for you. Now, just as a bonus, if you ever want to generate one-off Instagram posts or let's say ad creatives, again, you come into Claude Code, you tell it that I'm launching this new product called Art Mug. The tagline is this slow mornings shaped by hand, and I want you to generate an Instagram post, a single one, with the offer, which is buy 2, get 15% off. Attached is the product. And let me send this. Alright, so it is saying it has generated it. Okay, so it is saying that the product photo that I attached, it wants it to be in this particular folder, which is asset. And then under products, it wants it to be here. So I drag and drop it in products and I rename it to Earth Mug. Okay. Now let me tell it that I uploaded it. Give me the launch as a PNG/image. By the way, it also gave us a caption for this particular post, which is nice. Okay, so I think we have it here. And there we go. So, new arrival, Earth Mug, slow mornings, shaped by hand, cool. So these are one-off Instagram posts that you can do. Obviously, you can make changes as you want, maybe change the overlay a little bit, whatever you want, you can add it here. So as a bonus, I wanted to show you how you can do this. Another idea I'm going to leave with you is generating complete presentations which are on brand using Claude Code. So everything remains the same. You just have to prompt it to get you the final presentation. And with that, we have seen how we can generate beautiful designs with Claude Code, how we can generate videos, how we can generate landing pages, and I hope you have a good gist of how the design systems work and you will generate something even better, like things that I cannot imagine at this point in time. I really hope you generate those, and if you do, let me know in the comments. Now, if you're interested in using AI inside of your business to automate things like these, then don't forget to check out the link to our website in the description. If you want to get on a one-on-one consulting or coaching call with me, you can check out my calendar in the description. You'll find the link to Hostinger along with the coupon codes in the description. Don't forget to use my link and the coupon codes for some extra discounts. If you want to connect with me personally, send me a connection request on LinkedIn, link in the description. Do follow me on X. If you think this video was filled with value for yourself, for your business, then don't forget to like the video, do share it with your friends and your colleagues. I will meet you in the next one. Till then, bye.